done, especially in last night's game with those second half adjustments. They stayed to their game plan. They really wore down the Titans.
Well, they just, as we said, got some confidence, which is what they needed when you're a young team.
Only one senior on the team. It's Caligari. Caligari in the lane, pump fakes, long. Johnson with a 2-on-2. Great bounce pass to Nunnally, and he misses the layup. Welch into the corner. Harden has to go high over the hands of Samoji, and he hits it, his first bucket.
Well, that's must throw. Taken back to Notre Dame when you played Syracuse. That's one of the ways to beat the zone. Beat it down the floor. That's what they did that time before that matchup zone could set up, and they got the good look.
Nunnally on the curl. Being guarded by Jacob Ranger. Into the big fella.
I'm not sure I'd double him. I'd make him beat you. I mean, that's
great call, Bobby B.
Example right there, because he's just not that polished offensively yet.
As he said, sky's the limit. No pun intended for the 7'3" Samoji. Only a sophomore.
Well, they're getting better shots, though. That's better ball movement. That's a silly pass.
Diving on the floor, kept alive, Aggie ball.
Pass. Those are not going to get it done against this defense. Going to have to make that extra pass.
I asked him earlier in the week if he was surprised, and he said he knew that this team was capable as soon as they started playing the right way. They had some slumps early on, but they continue to get better even through some losses.
Well, that's a guy who continues to get better, certainly at the defensive and rebounding end, Samoji.
Great box out by Harden, unable to contain it.
Offensive rebounding opportunity for his teammate Johnson.
Just under 11 minutes. Big West semifinals. Number 1 versus number 4. UCSB at 12-4. Tied Pacific for the regular season title. Johnson, Big West Player of the Year. He's short. Great defense by Harden on the closeout. Offensive board.
Big fella there again.
Third block for Samoji.
Talked about Davis having to get to the offensive glass. They did in that very close loss at home. That time, even though they got it, not able to turn into anything.
Historic drives, tries a dish, and a turnover for the Gauchos. Some sloppy play so far, Bobby V.
Well, you alluded to the fact Gauchos have had 9 days off, and that's where it translates. It doesn't usually translate at the defensive end. You take that nervous energy and you play defense. They settle in, they make adjustments. I think they're making some now. They're still not shooting well, but they're getting better shots.
You hit it on the head, Bobby. They're getting the looks.
They're starting to. At the beginning of the game, they turned the ball over, I think, the first 3 possessions.
Nunnally catches, shoots, and he's got it. Three-pointer. 14-4, a 10-point lead for the Gauchos. Malik to Welch. Welch dumps it back off. Good ball movement. Freshman of the year is off the mark again.
That's a little tough, but they haven't been able to get the real wide open ones. He's taking it off the bounce, going left. It's a challenging shot. Maybe they want to think about a ball screen a little bit against that matchup zone and see if they can react off of that. They haven't done much of that. And without getting it in the middle, they're going to have a hard time beating that defense.
Will Brew being hounded by Welch. Got a feeling these two will battle for the next 3 years. Brew into the lane. Off the backboard a little too hard.
Played cross as well. He's pretty good at football, as I seem to recall.
Not bad. Not a lot of West Coast representation, Bobby V.
No, I noticed that. That may be changing.
They're starting to play it out here.
Well, they're just taking it up against 2 or 3 defenders. They have not. Now they've settled back into taking some 4 shots.
do you see the key against a matchup zone? Is that soft spot, maybe that free throw line, and just good ball movement?
Like to get it to the lane and then throw it back out, make that defense start chasing, and then you almost have to screen like you do in man-to-man, which includes maybe a ball screen.
Lucas Devaney gets his shot blocked.
Defense much. They've been doing a pretty good job defensively, but they can't get anything going offensively at all.
Knocked away. Aggies on the attack. Howley into the lane. Back out. Malik. And Malik misses long.
Boy, when you're struggling offensively, that's where you need to make a play. Everybody thinks, I got to make the next shot. Make a play defensively like they did there to try and get an easy one. They got it down the floor, but that was a pretty open look, but a way to get him a look, because they absolutely are not going to beat anybody shooting 6%.
Powell hits for his first bucket. It's a two-pointer.
That's a set play out of the timeout. Nice job by Bob Williams.
Into the lane against that matchup zone, kicking it back out to Sipins.
Now they're playing without Harden on top of it.
And Howley, who had a big night last night with 14 points, gets in the lane, little jump hook with the right.
That was his career high, and he's doing it again. That was a terrific little move. Going out to a little short corner and then attacking in the middle.
16-6, Gauchos. Powell for three, and Powell's heating up. His 215th three-pointer. Second all-time at Santa Barbara.
That's a nice job of coaching out of the timeout. Get your best shooter involved, a 41% three-point shooter.
Caligari from distance, in and out. 19-6. Santa Barbara, the 1 seed, 12-4 this year in the Big West. Into Nunnally. Off the glass. 21-6. 5 points for Nunnally.
Oh boy, they are really starting to get a little wobbly here.
4 points for Brew.
You're not really doing anything with the high ball screen, and they'll let you throw the ball laterally as long as you want to. Trying to rotate people in and out of the high post now. There it is. Now you got to look opposite. Get it out of there. There's no room there.
Yeah, you can't hold that ball too long when you're in the lane.
Very tight quarters there.
Little bunny hop by Johnson.
Like they did last night, though. They don't quit. Davis gets back, creates the turnover.
Powell
hasn't affected his team early. They look pretty sharp. They made some careless turnovers early, but by and large, defensively, they've been good.
They closed so well, 10-2 in their final 12 games, the Gauchos. Johnson skip pass, Nunnally from deep. And Harden with the rebound.
They'd love to get this to single digits by the half. That would be the first step in convincing themselves they played their way back in. But they're still very much on their heels. We talked about yellow and they counterattacked, and we haven't seen very much of that so far. There's a ball screen that time.
Nice kick out. Powell. And Harden slaps it away.
They knock it away. That time they stripped him on the way up, and then the good hustle play to go get it. And Powell takes it strong to the rack and draws the foul. But again, starting